Well, hi everyone, this is Scott V, and in a new world. This is Feed the Beast Unleashed, which is Minecraft 1.5.2, and a heap o' mods, a little sheepy. And unfortunately, it started me off in a rather dull area. I do have room to go grab us these bees. It started me off in this rather dull set of plains, and it's surrounded by jungle, which of course is a horrible survival scenario for early on in a game. Although I admit I'm a wimp, I'll start off with in peaceful mode until I get at least a shack or two, and then I'll turn on the mobs, so that, there's no point spending extra hours dying. But the first thing I did was I went up the hill and built one little shack next to this really cool obsidian totem platform. Later I built the roads, and then later I completely walled off this entire top of the hill as a fort, because it's just fun. I always like that look, where you completely own the top of a mountain. What was funny was, my first shack here. I'll just do a quickie, whatever. Tiny shack, start digging. That's how it is. But as soon as I turned the mobs on, this thing started spawning wisps that would zoom around and zap my ass wherever I went. Really, really annoying. So for a while I had to abandon this top of this hill because it wasn't safe to come here. Did some reading and found out that there is a spawner right in the middle, underneath the central pillar. There's a wisp spawner. So I dug underneath, whacked it, and it is now safe, and I made kind of the obsidian roofed lounge. I wish I had some jammy furniture here, but anyway, this is all a very recent addition to my little beginning shack. Love shack. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, I think there is still one wisp running around. I've not been able to track him down. Where is he? Anyway, this was a really pretty top of the mountain. Oh, there he is. Stupid wisps. Yeah, right. It's very pretty top of the mountain here, and I've made room for some future buildings. I have to come back with a lightning rod or something to get rid of that dork. This was my second temple. This is all I've been able to do for enchanting so far. There's a chest. See, that's from Thaumcraft, but there's some really weird things in here. I don't even know what they are yet. But that's part of the fun. Every new mod pack brings you all kinds of new wacky things to learn. And there's lots of space there for future expansion. But I own this mountain. This mountain is mine. I love just building structures that follow the landscape. Check this little amphitheater out. There's my wall going across. And I'll think of something to do with this at some point. But this ends at a very abrupt cliff right over the ocean, so this was a really strange idea. It lined up perfectly to this little ledge, and I gave myself access to the ocean. But while the wisp was up there zapping me, I kind of wandered around and looked for more of a sensible place to build a village. Here's my castle, and I'm calling it Temple Hill pretty much. I'll do all my magic up there and completely corrupt it. Initially there was nothing here but these hopwood trees, and the hopwood wood, it works in some recipes and not others. It makes weird colored sticks, weird colored crafting tables. It's kind of interesting, but I eventually started collecting trees, and like usual, then I just discovered Dartcraft, which, among other things, has dozens of cool things, but this is a force mitt. I call it a bear claw, but it's technically a force mitt. This is a super whacking tool for just... It handles wood faster than an axe. It will chop dirt faster than a shovel. It'll go through sand like crazy. It goes through stone faster than certain types of picks, and the Dartcraft has got all kinds of stuff. These are forest trees, these golden trees. They can be chopped down, and the wood can be turned into liquid force. There's force tools that repair themselves and have an internal tank of liquid force. Dartcraft really seems to be just a mega tool-making, fun, alternate reality technology. You know, whatever. Dartcraft has been really fun so far. So force trees, industrial craft rubber trees, you gotta have those. And I really enjoyed this particular location because, as you see on the map, it's in between a big old ocean on the left and a big old lake on the right, and surrounded by big cliffs and really nice topography. And I kind of like the unevenness of this in the middle. I think it would be really lame to actually flatten all this and cut it down and make it boring, you know. So I'm just working with the landscape here. And my favorite thing, as far as a marker made me really want to stay here, was, well, two things. Floating trees. This one was on this little tiny spit of dirt, was this giant hopwood tree. This other bit of dirt, I went and planted a sakura tree on there. And there is a big ass chasm running right through the middle of it. To me, this is like town. My brain just said, gotta build here. This is where I want to start. Very fun area. And, oh, don't leave your gates open. It's like not having a gate at all. I'm just going to grab some of these because there's something I want to do a quick demo of in a moment. And while I'm right there, I might as well grab the items I want to demo. So, really fun area. Big, big cliffs, and I can really picture there being a fortress at the top of one or more of these cliffs as well. And just fun area. I've already done some expansion out over the ocean. These roads go out about 400 blocks out to a desert. I really enjoy exploring, connecting things together. I've got started on a thermal expansion lab. I have a coke oven. It's interesting. Now there's a few new things you can do with a coke oven. For example, you can turn, well, let's just look. Normal stuff, wood into charcoal, blah blah blah. Who cares? The neat extra new recipes is you can make sugar into sugar charcoal and cactus into cactus charcoal. They don't really produce much at all as far as power goes. You can run them into sugar coke, get a little more, and cactus coke. But you know, 2K EU isn't really a whole lot of power. But hey, it's a use for something that until now there was never a use for. And now my previous sound check, which didn't work out, I showed that you can build a barrel, not a new kind of barrel. It's a round barrel you can put in here and it will hold 10 buckets of creosote oil or any other liquid. I stash them in my IC2, vanilla IC2 lab. These buckets are neat. It's 10, these barrels, it's with creosote oil, that's 10 buckets of it, and that's a considerable amount of power. So, like I say, it's fun exploring. There's lots of new stuff in every one of these mods. Here's one of the silly bits. These are bushes from the Natura mod. This is an essence berry bush. And essence berries, if you eat them, they give you experience. That's kind of cool. These are just regular berries. Let me drop off some of this stuff here, because it just accumulates. Whatever, we'll just throw some things in here for now. So, anyway, these are the berries from Natura. They start off as little tiny blobs, they grow, they get little blobs on top. You can chop them off and plant them, and they'll grow into these hedges that are 3 blocks tall, and every couple of minutes they will give you berries. Each berry only heals half a unit of hunger, but they say they're saturating, which I don't really know what that means. I've seen people say that that means that your hunger doesn't decrease as quickly. But anyway, after a while, you get quite a store of food. I really haven't needed anything else. So there's the 4 types: blackberry, blueberry, mallowberry, raspberry. And there's cute recipes with that. If you put any 3 of them with a bowl, empty bowl, you'll get a berry medley. All 4 of them plus 2 empty bowls, you get 2 berry medleys. There's no real bonus to the berry medley as far as hunger goes, but yeah, it's interesting. It's just a cute way of storing and eating this stuff. Now there's another category of bushes from Natura, and they are the metalberry bushes. This one produces copper, that one produces tin. So you see copper ore berries, well, aluminum ore berries. Each of these can be smelted down into a metal nugget. You gotta be careful, because you'll take a half a heart of damage if you bump into a metalberry bush. But, you know, and getting a nugget every couple of minutes is pretty darn slow. But on the other hand, hey, you've never been able to grow metal before. So I think that's cool. I'm currently keeping track of how much I can get in a certain hour period. Oh, there's more berries. The berries are endless. Endless berries. Anyway, I put this sakura tree right over the edge here, and oh, I've got a little visitor. There's way too many cows around here. And they get themselves in some trouble, boy. But anyway, this is my starting village. I decided to call it Axum. Took a long time to figure out a good name, but I was trying to think of something that's kind of like gives the impression of being a central trading post sort of a town. And Axum was an ancient kingdom, which pretty much fit that role. And plus, I wanted something that had an X in it because it's kind of an X-shaped plot of land. Oh, but you know, naming things is funny. Anyway, there's my town of Axum. Floating trees with torches put in them. It's very pretty at night. I own that space. My little safe haven. And there's a really nice up here. That's actually a very nice flat area, so I can, like I say, I can see a nice hilltop fortress up here, completely blocking all this off, and I'll do some interesting things with it. So anyway, stay tuned. I will try to make this topically interesting. There's certainly a lot of mod stuff and cool things I've discovered that I think you will enjoy learning about. And you will get to watch me just go through some really, really nutty adventures along the way. Anyway, there's my scary chasm-riddled town of Axum. Yeah, it's all cobble to start. I will go back and pretty it up when I get a good supply of certain blocks. And until next time, I will see ya.